George, now, you know, you've just watched my two videos and you've seen a very basic understanding of the SDE Express, how it goes up and down. So how does this relate to that histogram that you are currently designing right now, the linear regression oscillator? The oscillator. Well, actually, if you zoom in, okay, let's zoom in a little bit. And what we get here is a standard deviation, and that is why it's important to have the 21 bars and the 2 standard deviations. Okay, so look what happens when you shrink either A, the number of bars, our channels shrink, or B, if you change the standard deviations to, say, 1, it gets much tighter. So your entry exit, as far as my rules are concerned, will be very, very, very tight indeed. So that is why it's important that we have control over these two elements, namely the number of standard deviations and the number of bars that we are calculating. The second thing that you are calculating right now is the histograms. See, the histogram should be measuring each distance between, actually this way, the distance between the price action, and I think you went with the close, above, or it doesn't matter, above and below the median. And that is your zero line. In fact, I'm going to make the zero line white just to illustrate the oscillator element. So what we're doing, George, is drawing this oscillator without getting confused as to the direction. Okay? We're not knowing the direction. All we're knowing that, well, let's do even better than that. Let's do this red. That is that is the direction of the oscillator. Sorry, that is the direction of the express train or standard deviation express coming down, red, 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 and boom, it turns white. And it stays white. And then only at about that point does it change to green. Now, this is important because that is why the standard deviations are important. Let's assume that at this point in time, we are live trading. We've got a white oscillator. Right there, the zero line is white. But look at the standard deviation on the price action. Bang! Under pressure. We are coming from a downward red. Okay? We turn white. There. And then on the histogram, we have a reading of, well, it's actually below. Sorry. It's actually the next bar that gets an above reading. Let's extend these. Oh, I lost it. 1 second. Okay, so we extend it, and it's actually this reading here, because remember we're talking about closes. This close is way above the 2 SD line, which is, as you know, in my dissertation earlier, we wanted 2 close. There's the first close, there's the second close to trigger a signal. So in terms of our histogram or our oscillator, why what we're building is important is because this would be white, and then all of a sudden, as it tilts above that gradient, it's now turning green, and there we have a signal above the standard deviation, above the 2 standard deviation, more importantly, because that's our signal, we go long. And then we don't care, we just look at the oscillator. And the only time we're really interested is when it turns white, okay? Because it's horizontal, and we have 2 closes two readings, in this case, below this line over here. So we don't get that. We get two readings above, at which point the green continues. So all of a sudden, we have a trading system that tells us when to get in and when to get out. So we get flat, this turns to white. So now we have a trading signal only when we get two histograms that trade below the two SD line, which are here and here. Should we say here? There's the first one. And there is the second one. That is our exit signal and entry for the downside. And the same again. So we go down, and this turns red. And this again would be our zero line. Red, red, red until it turns flat. We put it white. We look for two closes above to get out, or two closes below the two standard deviation to continue. We don't get anything until this point, which is below, and our SD line continues in red. Until such time as it becomes white, and two closes. So we, at this point, because it's flat, would be white. Zero line becomes white. We get two closes above, in succession above the ST line. That would be our exit, somewhere probably around there. And we enter to the upside and start the reverse process. And that, my friend, is the importance of the histogram, making sure that we change colors in combination with the histogram, the zero line and the combination of the colors. I really hope this makes sense. It's all in my head, and I've tried to map it out on a video. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.